Hello everyone, welcome to Chemistry Guru, myself Pratik Rana. Now this particular video is dedicated to the concept of pH, and here we are going to discuss what is pH, what is a pH scale, and the importance of pH in our day-to-day life. So let's begin with the video now. Now firstly we are going to discuss about the universal indicators. So universal indicator is basically a mixture of several indicators which shows different color by which we can actually identify the strength of acid or a base. That means we can say the basic use of a universal indicator is to identify the strength of acid or a base. Thymol blue, methyl red, bromothymol blue, and phenolphthalein. Okay, so these are some basic examples of. I hope this is clear. Now our next topic is pH. So here we are going to discuss about pH. Basically it stands for the power of hydrogen. This alphabet basically stands for potence. Okay, it's just a mathematical symbol that means negative logarithm. Okay, so it means power. This is showing this pH overall is showing the power of hydrogen or the hydrogen ion concentration in a solution. So this is basic understanding about pH, right? So a scale which is used to measure the hydrogen ion concentration, and such scale is known as pH scale because it is helping us to identify the hydrogen ion concentration. Now let us discuss more about pH scale. So on pH scale we can actually measure the pH from, so it has numbering from 0 to 14. 0 which is very acidic to 14 which is very alkaline. Now acidic solution and basic solutions act differently. So for acidic solution, the value on pH is less than 7. Okay, so the total numbering is from 0 to 14. Okay, 0 is more towards acidic and 14 is towards the alkaline. Acidic solutions having less than 7 reading, and it varies from 0 to 7, so it basically varies from 0 to 7, right, on the pH scale. And because we are measuring the hydrogen ion concentration in a solution, and hydrogen ion, if the concentration is higher, that means more acidic, right? And lower will be the pH value. That means if the pH value is lower, that means in that particular solution more hydrogen ion concentration is there, and that is why the solution particularly is said to be acidic in nature, right? And if we discuss about the basic solutions, the value on pH, it is more than 7 and it varies from 7 to 14. Higher the hydroxide ion concentration, higher is the pH value. That means the overall solution is basic in nature. Whereas we have discussed that higher is the hydronium ion concentration, lower will be the pH value. That means here the overall concentration, the overall solution is going to be acidic. Now let us take example of HCl. So HCl, when dissolved in water, it gives two ions, which is hydrogen ion and chloride ion, H positive and Cl negative, right? And this H positive ion will combines with H2O, which is water, to give hydronium ion. So overall it will result to form H3O positive ion, and this ion is known as hydronium ion. So we have discussed about the acidic solutions and the basic solutions. Next is the neutral solution. The value on the pH scale for a neutral solution is 7. So if I take an overview of the complete pH scale, this will conclude to a scale having readings from 0 to 14, where 0 side it is more acidic, and towards 14 it is alkaline, right? Less than 7 and 0 to 7 is acidic, and if I say from more than 7 side, less than 7 is acidic and more than 7 is basic, and the neutral one is when it comes out to be 7, right? So this is a general overview of the complete pH scale reading and how it is going to show the strength of a acid or a base. So just now we have discussed that pH scale is a scale having readings from 0 to 14. So these are the readings from 0 to 14, and 7 is representing the neutral, right? If I'm saying this blue region is showing H positive ions, right? Hydrogen ions. In terms of concentration of ions, this is showing that at 0 this hydrogen ion concentration is maximum, and as we go from 0 to 7, there is a certain decrease in the concentration of hydrogen ion, and at 14 the hydrogen ion concentration decreases and becomes very less comparative to 0 and 7, right? Similarly, if I see from 0, the OH, the white region which is showing the hydroxide ion concentration, it is maximum at 14. So this concentration is maximum at 14, and it keeps on decreasing as we move towards 0. This is the difference in the ionic concentration and how the pH scale is able to find out and measure the strength of acid or a base. Comparably, we can by measuring the strength of acid or a base on a pH scale, we can give an accurate reading of the strength. So it will shows depending on the concentration of the hydrogen ions or the hydroxide ions. We have taken some examples of some common substances over here. So see, for gastric juice, it is acidic in nature. It is showing that the pH of gastric juice is 1.2, right? For lemon juice, it is about 2.2. Okay, so pH for a gastric juice is 1.2. For lemon juice, it is 2.2. For pure water, it is 7.4. For milk of magnesia, which is basic in nature, it is 10. And for sodium hydroxide solution, it is 14, right? So in terms of pH scale, the maximum number is for sodium hydroxide, 14. But 14 itself shows that it is basic in nature. We just read that 0 shows that it is more acidic, and 14 shows that it is more basic in nature. So the most acidic one is the gastric juice here, which is showing pH 1.2, and this is most acidic one, and the basic one was 14, which is for sodium hydroxide solution, right? So depending on the pH number, we can find out, in this way we can find out the strength of acid or a base. Now let's learn some applications. The importance of pH in everyday life. So first one is that are plants and animals pH sensitive? Like our body works within the pH range of 7 to 7.8. Okay, and the living organisms actually can only survive in the narrow range of the pH. Acid rain, when pH of the rainwater is less than 5.6. Now going less than 7, that means itself it is acidic in nature, and going less than 5.6, it is called acid rain. When acid rain falls into the river, it lowers the pH of the river water itself. That means it is going to impact the aquatic life. Next is pH in our digestive system. Now We all know that our stomach produces hydrochloric acid. So actually, in our stomach, the hydrochloric acid is produced, which actually going to help in the digestion of the food. During the indigestion, the stomach produces too much acid, and this causes the pain and imitation. So this pain and imitation is caused by too much acid secretion in the stomach. To prevent this and to get rid of this pain, people uses bases called antacids. For example, milk of magnesia, MgOH2, magnesium hydroxide, and common name is milk of magnesia. So the pH value of milk of magnesia is 10. Right? I hope this is clear now. So this was just an basic example. You can see here these such antacids are used to neutralize the effect of this acid. So what is the function of this base? Just to neutralize the effect of the acid. Now next is pH change as the cause of tooth decay. Tooth decay starts when the pH of mouth is lower than 5.5. So enamel is the hardest substance in the body, and it is made up of calcium phosphate. And it does not dissolve in water but gets corroded when the pH of the mouth goes lower to 5.5. That means it do not dissolves, but yes, if the mouth pH falls below 5.5 and it is coming nearby 5.5, the enamel starts corroded. So the bacteria present in mouth produces acids by degradation of the sugar and food particles remaining in the mouth. Okay, so bacteria, what it will do, it will start the degradation of the sugar and the food. Now what is the prevention for this? The best way to prevent this is to clean mouth after eating the food using toothpaste, which is generally basic. So again, we are actually, what we are doing, wherever there is excess of acid, either it is in our stomach or in this case we are just neutralizing the effect. So using toothpaste, what it will do, it is basic in nature and it is going to neutralize the effect of the acid which is produced in the mouth. And overall, it is preventing you from the tooth decay. So you can see in this figure, the pH is going below 5.5, the enamel, it's going to get corroded, and if you use toothpaste, it will neutralize that effect. Okay, so next is the self defense by animals and plants. Whenever a bee stings, it leaves an acid which causes pain and irritation. So in bee stings, what is actually happening? It leaves acid on your skin. Okay, so causing pain and irritation. And what is the prevention for that? Again, neutralizing the effect with the help of a mild base, for example, baking soda. If you apply this on the stunk area, it gives you relief, okay, of this pain and irritation. I hope all the topics are clear now. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and press the bell.